The Unofficial Lounge with Ashante, Crayvon, and Monty. We're here to give you the insight into some of the biggest plays you remember, involving the people wearing the stripes. We look at the grit it takes to become an official while exploring the history of officiating with the people who made it. It's more than black and white.
Word there. All right, we rocking and rolling.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Unofficial Lounge. I mean, what an incredible journey. This is season 5. We're joined by a very special guest. This man played at Texas A&M, was drafted by the Eagles, and we're going to talk about that a lot because I think he may be played with the man himself, Reggie White. But cool experience for me. Hey, let me finish this. So one of the coolest things for me working with Willie this UFL season, we were at a game. Moose Johnson, we know, is affiliated with the UFL, XFL, USFL, all that stuff. And he remembered meeting in the hall with Mr. Willie Thomas. And when you are a legend like that, when one of the legends of the game, remember like, oh yeah, I had to go to work every time we played the Eagles because Willie was coming through the hole and meeting me. That was a cool experience. So everybody, welcome to the Unofficial Lounge, Mr. Willie Thomas.
Thanks, guys. Glad to be here. And yes, I fought against those Cowboys. I fought against them in their heyday, so I had some hard time dealing with them, man.
That's when you can lead with your head, huh?
Oh, lead with everything you can lead with.
So Willie, I mean, you have a great football career, just period, before we even get into the officiating part of it. You went to Texas A&M. How was that experience? 12th man, big football program.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. You know, when you think of football traditions, you always try to think of, you know, where did I start? I mean, I grew up in Texas, so growing up in Texas, you grew up with a football in your hand. So being that, and then going to A&M, the 12th man itself, when you sit there and playing the game, and then you look up and you see the student section just doing our fight song, the whole stadium doing that every time we sing the song. Man, it was an awesome experience. And just the 12th man itself, there was actually like a full kickoff team full of walk-ons back when I played that ran out on the kickoff team. That's why they call it the 12th man.
So was it the Southwestern Conference or the Big 8? Which one was it?
Southwest Conference.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to remember. Okay.
Hey man, don't be messing with Willie.
I'm trying to get it.
Come on now.
Get the dates in my head. So
how can I see? He's trying to get that button set off. I can't set it off.
I ain't slow. It's no button. I'm trying to get a time reference. So it was pretty much Wishbone when you was back playing then, right?
Oh, there we go again.
I'm trying to, I'm talking about for the people who want to YouTube you and go back to the grainy footage. I'm trying to give you your props.
Well, yeah, he was playing against Gary Sanders, everybody, right?
We didn't have to. We played. Arkansas ran the Wishbone back then. Oklahoma used to run it all the time, but we ran it. We ran like I formation and all that type stuff at A&M. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. They ain't got to be sensitive.
Well, he trying to put me with the leather helmets, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying, when you play against Barry Switzer and them Oklahoma teams, right? I'm trying to give a reference, right?
I'm saying, man, you still trying to put the leather helmet on.
It ain't. It's the 2-bar face mask what I'm trying to put on.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You trying to put me out there like that, man.
Yeah. So now, Willie, I mean, you got drafted in 91, correct?
Right.
Okay. So we see the glitz and glamour of what the draft is now. What was you doing on draft day? I mean, were you even paying attention? Were you on the phone with an agent? Were you just at home chilling? I mean, what were you doing draft day?
Well, I tell you what, man, I really didn't know what to expect, because you did all the little combines and you ran your 40 times and you lifted, and then the coaches came out and worked you out at A&M. Okay, cool. But no one ever said that, you'll be drafted in this round or whatever. No one said anything. So I was kind of naive to how it really went down is on draft day. So I'm sitting there, watching the first round. I'm like, hey, who was that guy picked? Who is that? What linebacker is that? Wait a minute. I think I'm better than him. Wait a minute. So then, the first two rounds go by. By that time, man, it's time to wait, this is taking too long. the draft done going off TV. Hey, man, I don't know what's going on now. So now you're sitting there in limbo, don't know what to do. So I'm like, I just went and hung out with my buddies, and then I'm out hanging out. And then all of a sudden the phone rang, and next thing I know it was the Eagles. The Eagles called. I said, hey, okay. It was the fourth round, and Rich Kotite called. I said, hey, how you doing, Coach? We just drafted you with the Eagles. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. But I used to be a Cowboy fan too, so that made me mad I didn't get drafted by the Cowboys.
So when you said you stood by the phone, it was a landline, correct?
Hey, man, cut it out.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to put it in perspective, man. Like you couldn't be. Right.
Hey, man, in 90, we didn't have no big old cell. We didn't have no cell phone.
I'm just saying.
You know that.
I'm just saying. Just want to respect. You was on the, was the rotary or the antenna cell?
You got a little push button. You had to push button. You had to push button.
Okay, see,
you had to push button phone.
All right. So how was that experience?
You didn't dial it up. You didn't dial it like that. There you go.
It wasn't a rotary.
But yeah, I mean the wait, man, was like, man, this is taking a long time. I don't know what's going on. I didn't know what round was going. I didn't know, like now, how they got everything televised. Everything televised.
But fourth round it's good no matter what. It's still good. But back in them days, it was like 10, 11 rounds.
It was like 12 rounds. Yeah, it was 12.
Yeah, that's the top half. Shoot.
Yeah,
right.
It was a long time though, man. Just wait.
Right.
But once you get the call, you're like, all right, let's do this.
Okay. So with that back then, like you said, was there a perspective of where you should have went, or is that the range? Because now they tell people, okay, this should
right. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't. No one said anything.
Okay.
I had no clue.
Wow.
But I mean, I actually, I had some good years at A&M, so I put some numbers up. So I really didn't know what to expect.
Okay.
So, yeah. All the the Buckers were the winners back then. I mean, I had the same stats as they had. So I'm like, all right, I have his stats. So where am I going to get drafted? I didn't have no idea.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So after that call, now comes OTAs, and you coming on this
this
Philly team with
Reggie
White,
great
players. Reggie
White, daggone Jerome Brown, Clyde Simmons, all of them.
Oof.
Corner. Oh yeah.
And Cunningham on offense, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he got hurt the first game of the year that year.
Oh.
In 91. That messed our whole season. Our defense was number one across the board in every category.
Ray Rose was a defensive coordinator too, right?
No.
It wasn't him.
No, that's before Ray Rose.
He was in Green Bay. My bad.
Right.
My bad.
Bud Carson was the defensive coordinator. It was just after Buddy Ryan had left.
Okay.
So Buddy Ryan amassed the team, but Bud Carson got the benefits of having the defense.
Okay.
Because they just fired Buddy Ryan that year.
All right.
Because he had the great defenses all the time, but never could do anything on offense. So Kotite was supposed to come in, right, to help out the offense, right?
Yeah, well, that didn't work either. I mean, some things you can say, but he's like, you kind of leave things alone, man. I kind of leave that. I haven't talked about that, how bad that was in a long time.
Wow.
Gotcha. Yeah. Understood.
So how was it as a rookie coming in with all these vets on defense, and got to figure your role out now, right?
Well, the thing is, you learn as you go. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right. Seth and Byron are doing it this way, so let me follow what they do. Reggie, look, to be able to play with guys like that, was easy for me to learn how to do the right thing out there on the football field and in the classroom, and take care of business because I had the right people set before me. So
Okay.
it was. I just followed suit.
So
And
I'm looking.
they said, hey, Rook, just turn it back inside. We'll get the rest. All right. Now turn it back inside. Turn the ball back inside. Hey, you're not getting outside of me.
So Willie, I mean, you came onto a team that had a great defense, but
Right.
looking at your stats, you've done something that not many have done over an NFL career. 37 sacks and 27 interceptions. The 2020 club of sacks and interceptions, where it's not most people that has played in the league, even to this day, that has stats like that. I mean, that's I people that enjoy football should really understand. You was balling. You was doing your thing.
I was a quiet man. I didn't make that much noise. I just played football. But I tell you what, if I was playing right now, I'd be having a field day. They throw the ball 80 times a game.
Cha-ching.
Right.
Hit that money. Hit that money.
Right.
Straight cash.
Right. That's, man, I'm like, daggone a daggone decade too daggone late. Too early.
What was your playing weight?
Oh man. I came in at like 210, man. Linebacker.
Okay. So that was small for those days, right? As a linebacker.
Oh man, they were trying to replace me every year because they say he's too light.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, now, like you say, in today's day,
250.
right now in today's day, you'd be perfect with all the.
Yeah, I'd be right on.
Yeah.
I fit right in.
Be a middle linebacker.
But then again, like I said, even though they've said I was undersized, I mean, I had great technique, and you can't beat a person that can think while he's out there on the field. It's you can't beat that, man. Because you sit there, I kind of knew where the ball was going to go before it even went there.
Okay.
So that's the type of stuff that helped me out, the instincts and being able to have good leverage and all that type of stuff helped me big time.
Well, it sounds like they told you just put them, bring them inside. So basically, you could sit there and trust that everyone else is going to be doing their job.
They're going to take care. You take care of your responsibility. They take care of theirs. That's how it works.
Was the turf that bad?
Oh man, Philly turf.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you this. I tell people this all the time. I say I ain't had to worry about it. I wasn't falling on it. Yeah, I'm like, they're the one falling on, not me. Yeah.
You was putting people down on the turf. You
right. Yeah, I'm falling on them. It ain't hurting me.
So you were playing against Barry Sanders. Who the games that you remember? Who are those running backs you didn't want to see?
Oh, Barry was number one. Period.
Right. Ain't no.
Emmett, you only say Emmett because the daggone Cowboy line they had.
Right. You got big old Larry Allen coming out there.
Right. That's the one I was scared of. Right. Every time we be like, oh man, here come Larry. Here he come again. And it's nothing like a big guy that's 330 that's agile too.
Right.
And strong. Nah. People ask me anything, I do not want to go against Larry Allen because he knocked me about 10 yards one time in the air.
Wow. Is that on YouTube?
And they go hit me behind it for a touchdown. I said, oh man, this doesn't look good on TV.
So now I see here in 95 and 96, you were selected to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Right.
Yeah.
There
you go again.
I'm trying to big you up because
because back then the Pro Bowl was
that's a big thing.
The Pro Bowl was the big thing.
I know.
See, it's not like they shun on it now. Now, if it's not a bonus in your contract, you can really care less about it.
You ain't play flag football at Jacksonville.
No, wait a minute. Let me tell you something now. It was almost like playing flag football though, because I'm in my first year, so I'm like I'm a rookie to the Pro Bowl. I'm up in there. I'm like, all right, let's get this done. I'm on punt team. I'm running down like a bat out of hell. I'm rolling. The tight end on the AFC, his name was Ben Coach. He said, "Hey man, what you doing? I said, what you talking about? Slow down." I'm like, what you mean slow down? We don't do that out here. I'm like, what? We don't do what? We don't run down there and make the tackle down here. We let them special team guys do that. We don't do that.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, okay. Next time I run down I'm jogging down on every kick. I ain't even trying to make tackle.
Wow.
I said, okay, I understand. All right, I understand what we're doing here now. Y'all have to tell
This
me
ain't the day
no
to
more.
mess up your money.
You discouraged the myth. They said y'all played harder back then.
Nah,
right?
man. Listen,
But wasn't it at a point?
Don't cast the hay bag. You running too hard. You trying too hard. We ain't doing that out here.
Wasn't there a point though in the game where it kind of switched because the winners got more money, where it got kind of a little bit more competitive?
Yeah, but Kramer, you got to remember they do, but that check is already spent because you done brought like 12 people over on
Right.
Everybody getting massages on the beach.
Right, yeah, that check is done already because you done brought all your family and your uncles and cousins, everybody already at that little Pro Bowl game.
Right on. So, but you say it though, you had this career with the Eagles, but you grew up in Texas, sure being probably a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. So
When
how quickly did this change? Was it like year 2, I hate the Cowboys, or was it just instantly?
Oh, that changed as soon as they didn't draft me.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Well, they didn't. Yeah, they had a second round draft pick at linebacker. Man, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I outlasted him too, and outplayed him. Oh yeah, that was it for me. That was it. I like it. And then you go to the Eagles. There ain't nowhere on earth I'm gonna like the Cowboys.
You ain't like none of them NFC East teams, then, right, John?
You're not supposed to.
Yeah. So, but
yeah,
so,
I mean, it was a great experience though. You know, I had a good time. Time flies though.
Right, 10-year career. That's in the league. That's a long time. 10 years.
Yeah, but it goes by like a flash though.
Right.
Yeah.
So
all you gotta do is have kids. When you have kids, everything fly by.
Yes. As mine's just left driving herself to get something to eat, I'm still shocked every single time. I'm like, where you going?
Right.
Like, where's your mother? I'm like, oh yeah, you can drive yourself. Yeah, it just
But that's a good thing
flies.
too. That's a good thing
Yes.
too. You ain't got to drive them.
Very much
independence,
so.
huh? Independence on him.
That's it. Hey, a new freedom, but a newfound worry, as I say.
Yeah.
So as you playing, right, and you're getting this, was this the dream for you growing up to be in the league? You know, how was academics? Did you focus on your academics at Texas A&M?
Well, the thing, I mean, I was always a good student all the way up. So the academics wasn't hard. The thing about football, I mean, I was actually loved basketball more than I did football.
Every football player
I tell you that all the time. I love basketball more than I did football. But hey, I couldn't go up and do a 360 and shoot a long jump shot, and I wasn't Jordan. So
and you had 5 fouls.
You're right. You know me. Look. You know when the football team got back on the basketball court, you know what happened. Uh-oh. Here come the
Oh yeah.
They hard fouls and you put your hand up, that's me.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, I did it. That was me.
Today they don't want to be basketball players, they want to be rappers.
There you go.
Everybody on the football team want to be a rapper.
Man,
that's the basketball players. That's Shaq.
Yeah, that's the basketball players. The basketball players want to be the entertainers. The football players want to be basketball players.
Exactly.
I want that guaranteed contract, and it don't hurt as much.
Right. Oh, I did it totally backwards, man, because I used to play baseball too.
Oh yeah, that's that big money.
You know, the only problem is with baseball is it could take you. Once you get there, you can get paid, but it could take you a long time to get there. It's some cats that spend 6-7 years in the minor leagues before they even see a good check.
Forever.
Right.
But once that check hit, though, once you had
that, once you hit them,
you hit,
Bobby Bonilla, baby,
man, legend at the bank.
That's it. So now, Willie, you have this, outstanding career when it comes to playing in the NFL. 10 years vet in the NFL is amazing for anybody. I think the average probably at the time that you was playing was less than 3 years, somebody making it in the league. So for you to have the accomplishments that you had, It's fantastic. So now you go and retire. You're doing, what? You're probably still early 30s when you retire from the league.
Yeah, about 32 or so. Yeah.
Okay. That you have any, coaching aspirations that you try to? I mean, I know officiating, which we'll get to, wasn't the first thing you did coming off the field. So
Right.
what was like that thing that you was next to do after you retired from the league?
Well, first thing, just sit back and relax for a while. Like, man, because the body was hurting, and doing all that every day, and on Sundays was the worst days. Once you get close to 30, Sundays, felt like it was like you went through everything.
Mm.
So I get these kids in the background. Hold on there. So, but anyway, I would once I retired, I kind of just sat back and like, okay, I'm gonna relax for a while. And then I thought about coaching, but I'm like, man, I can't stay in there till midnight. I can't do it. And that's what most coaches do. The good ones, they be in there all day, all night. And I say, I can't be that guy, because I like to go home, be with the family, and do all that. So,
right.
So when I did think about football, I went into the scouting department for the Raiders. Okay. I did that for about a couple of years. I'm like, man, okay. Even that, you're driving all over the place. Like you do the Northeast, so you got to do all the schools in the Northeast. You might go to a school like a Shippensburg or something, and they might tell you they have like 8 guys for you to look at. And you look at it, wait a minute, this Shippensburg.
Hey, man. Everybody need a chance, bro. Everybody
man. They're going to have 8 guys that can go to the league from Shippensburg.
So you ain't find that Wayne Quebec, is what you telling me. You couldn't find.
So I'm like, wait a minute. So now you got to go ahead and look at these guys to do 8 reports or 8 guys that can't play. And it's just, it was kind of like it was grueling too. Like, man, I'm like, this is crazy. So now I got to get up and drive from college to college, right, do all these reports, and I'm like, nah, I don't know if I like that either.
So you just in the car all day driving then, huh?
All day, man. All day, going from college to college, report. Those scouts that do all that, they do a lot too. So you got to go find out. You got to go find out if the kid got issues, he got whatever. So you got to do a full report on it.
Oh, this back before the internet was popping, so you really had to. You couldn't Google nobody.
That's what I'm saying, right?
You couldn't just do a simple background.
That's what I'm saying. You can't just Google it. Like, you Google now, you get everything on them. You couldn't Google, like, man. Yeah, you got to go talk to the coaches. You got to talk to the academic advisors, all of them.
Well, he tried.
With all that recruiting, did you ever find somebody that you was like, oh, this dude can't play? Who was one of the ones you did find?
I mean,
a lot of no's.
I mean, you did scouting. I did scouting report on Antonio Brown. I gave him I said, you should grab him in the 2nd round.
It was you, huh?
But for the Raiders, for the Raiders, he was too small for them.
Right. He didn't fit Al Davis' profile other than the speed.
He didn't run Al that 4-1.
Big, fast, and strong. Period.
Right. Right.
I'm like, we used to be like, but Al, he only made like 2 plays in 40 games. Hey,
that one play.
He runs a 4.5 40. He 257, and he got long arms. Okay, all right, okay.
Get him.
You say so.
Get him.
But look, he's the owner, man. He's the owner, so you got to look. Hey, he's the one paying. All right, okay.
Take who you want,
Right.
You sign the checks.
I did get a guy out of Harvard. His name was Desmond Bryant, and the thing was he fit all the categories for Al. He had the long arms. He vertical jumped out, and he was a big, strong joker. I was like, hey, man, this guy, I said, his guy to look at. And he actually, we drafted him, and we brought him as a free agent, and he played for Oakland about 5 years or so.
There you go.
Okay.
So if you can find one like that really didn't cost him a lot of money, man, they'd love that.
Now, are you mostly going to practices, games? Are you going to the school watching practice tapes? I mean, what is like the day by day?
You would go into the school. You'll let them know you're coming in. and then you'll sit and talk to the coach, and then they'll come in and address the scouts, and then we'll go to practice. And if you really like the guy, you'll get game tickets for that weekend, so you can go watch the game. I made the mistake of going to a Michigan and Ohio State game.
Oh,
man, listen, that was the last time I ever did that. I said, I had to park like 3 miles from the stadium and had to walk all the way, man.
They didn't give you the parking up close?
We didn't get it.
Man, there's boosters getting these.
You ain't get the big booster treatment?
I'm like, we gotta walk this point to the game. I was done. I was like, I'd never do that one again.
And that's always late in the year, so you know it's cold.
That. What's that?
It's always late in the year, so it's cold, snowing. That game is always, good weather don't follow that football game.
That's what I'm saying, man. But the good thing is you're up in the press box, you watching. You go down on the field and you got to get their hand side. Look at them, look how big they are, look how fit they look. You got to write it all down, man. It was an experience, but I'm like, man, nah.
Was it every time that you don't have to name a name of a coach, but was there every time you was in a meeting with a coach and you sitting here like, man, he giving me a bunch of BS. This dude can't play.
You see that on film, man. He ain't gonna get it. He ain't gonna get it done.
Right.
Like when you watch enough film, like, all right, I'll watch film sometimes. Like, man, is he gonna ever make a play? I'm like, can you please make a play? Give me something to write about. Because you can't just say he's not good. You know what I'm saying?
Shouldn't that be easy to say?
Hey, what's the report? He's not good. He's not good. Moving on.
If I could say he's not good and put that in the report and move on, I would have still been doing it.
Oh, you got to be PC with it, huh?
Oh man, you gotta go from A to Z on everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was?
But it was a good experience, though.
What was next after the scouting?
I kind of just man, I even opened up a daggone pizza restaurant. I did that too. I was doing all kind of stuff, man.
That's out the blue right there. Like how you
right? Like how
you slinging dough?
Yeah,
I was making pizza dough. I was doing all that. I know how to make a pizza, boy.
But then you just say you didn't want to be a coach, being the owner of a restaurant. You there almost.
Hey man, I didn't tell you I did the smart thing. I said I tried it. I learned that quick too. I was like, oh, wait a minute. You're right. I was like, yeah, you're right. This is worse than coaching too.
I wouldn't have put you down for pizza. I would have barbecue joint, bar, something like
pizza,
that.
Brother. Pizza. I was making pizza, daggone cheese steaks, everything.
Wow.
Wings.
And what was that?
Look, I was putting my little flavor to it though. I was asking like, wait, this is seasoned up. Yeah, this is these are soul wings.
Where was the pizza restaurant at?
In a place called I live in Reading, so it was where I live in Reading.
Oh, cool.
It was about 10 years ago.
Wow.
Now 10, 11 years ago. Yep.
What was the straw that broke the back to make you stop?
Hey man, I wasn't getting no money in my pocket. I was paying everybody there. But I wasn't getting no money. I said, no, I can't do this. This is not for me. But I mean, you try things. You're like, okay, all right. It was something I tried. And then now I work at the courthouse. So I've been working there for the last 10 years. After that, that's why I started working at the courthouse. And then the league sent out a message about send an email out at that AOL mail. You know what I'm saying?
AOL.
Yeah.
Only 5 of y'all exist. It's only 5 of y'all with AOL.
They
mad that they got to keep the server up.
Out saying everybody want to try officiating. Try officiating. I said, hey, I try officiating. I never thought about it because y'all know I was in that Tuck Rule game, right? That Tuck Rule where the Raiders against Tom Brady.
Right.
That was you?
That was my last game, man.
Oh man, Chuck was on that game. Chuck still was on the game.
That was the game that made me stop playing football.
Wow. You literally stopped because of that.
Oh yeah, that was year 11, man. That was it. I was like, man, I tried. Year 10, I was with the Raiders, and we lost in the championship game against the Ravens.
Right.
And so then I was like, all right, we got the same crew, same team, so I'm gonna try to come back. And then the Tuck rule happened. I was like, all right, it's not meant for me to make it to the Super Bowl. I'm done.
They went
And
the
you
next
got-
year though.
What's that?
They went the next year. You could have. They brought it back.
No, it was 2 years later. It was 2 years
No,
later,
it was
right?
the next year they went.
They went back.
Oh, Gruden was gone after that next year?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I
that
thought it was
center.
one more year, and then he went to Tampa Bay.
Didn't the
Hey,
center
you know
took off,
the
didn't
weird thing about that is Gruden said that he was going to call me to come out to Tampa Bay because I had retired. I was like, man, I'm done.
You still waiting for the call?
Hey, man, no.
Wow.
You know, I tell you what, once you make your mind up something, I'm like, man, I'm done. I don't want no more. That's it.
And I can imagine because, I mean, not playing at that level anywhere close to it, but they always say it's the practice, it's the training camp. So once you get in your mind, you know, you sitting there in the freezing cold, the tuck rule happened, like, yeah, I'm done. Somebody call you up. Somebody call you up in June, like, hey, we want you to come. Like, man, body kind of feeling kind of good.
Right, yeah, right, yeah. No,
How long
I'm
did
good.
it?
I like that's it. I say, see, my goal was to go 10. I made my goal. I got my goal, and then I just went one more, and I tried it, but it didn't work. So I was like, all right, that's it.
So how long did it take to get over that feeling?
What you talking about the tuck rule game?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like even keel, so it's like, hey man, it is what it is.
Wants to check cat.
And so it was look. Every time you look at it, like, well, we know it's a fumble. Every time you look at it, it's a fumble. Every time you look at it, you can't even turn it. You can't even try to make it a pass. You can't even try to make that a pass.
But
so
you talk about a play that changed history of
right.
football, right? I mean,
right.
Tom Brady without that play, Tom Brady's career may not have turned out to be what it turned out to be.
But they was cheating.
If you ain't cheating,
I'm not gonna say that, but I mean you got
they was cheating. They was recording the rounds practice.
But you have a play, that changed history that even now to this day, like you say, Willie, ain't no way why in the hell they gonna ever call this a pass, right? I mean,
right.
It's like,
right.
Come on now.
Hey, listen, you know, I'm telling you during the game, right? So I'm out there on the field and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, this is a fumble. I'll go to the sideline. I'm like, wait, we're reviewing this? So you're looking up at the screen, right? And it's even worse in slow motion. It's like even worse in slow motion. You're like, wait a minute. Look, I'm looking at it. They showing it in slow motion. I thought I'm buckling my shoulder pad on the sideline. I'm taking all of it out. I was like, oh, we good. We good.
Then you see the kicker dusting off the spot where he about to go. That changed everything.
No, and then the man come back on the mic and say, hey, everybody like, what? You lying, right? You joking. No, look, it is what it is, man. And then someone asked me, said, so why didn't y'all just stop him again? I said, apparently you ain't played sports before.
Yeah.
Because you don't know when something hits you in the gut like that, you just can't even work no more. Like, all right, whatever.
That momentum just stolen. That means just stolen from you.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a bad moment. And it was a terrible, one of the most terrible feelings I've had since I played any sport.
Wow.
So you get an email on, the ancient AOL account from the league saying you want to try this officiating stuff. Did you?
Yeah, there's like anybody that's interested in trying officiating, just respond to the email. I'm like, man, I ain't even thought about that. It never even crossed my mind because that game happened. Like, man, I ain't think about no daggone stripes. If I can knock one of them out, maybe yeah. But to be one of them, nah. But I was like, let me try it out. So they got us all together and sent us out to the Tom Beard, the Tom Beard football clinic in Baltimore.
Okay.
In Baltimore. Right. So I mean, and I hadn't officiated anything at all, nothing. So I went out there and they took us through a couple classes, And then they you know how they do the game? They put you out in a semi-pro football game.
Yeah.
You officiate semi-pro football game.
In the cold.
Right. So I'm like, okay, I'll try that. Once I got on the field, I was like, oh, wait a minute. The adrenaline rush hit me. You know, I almost wanted to go tackle somebody, but I didn't.
When did you realize that you growing up and playing sports, you didn't know the rules? It was never nothing about the rules. You just knew somebody was holding you, right?
Hey, no. Right. When they opened up that book, I said, there ain't no football player that made this rule book.
Right.
I said, I know better than that because this is not no football player who did this. Because all this stuff that can happen on a punt play is like doesn't even make sense.
Yes.
Oh yes, the kicking game, the kicking game, boy. Now, Willie, you go to Tom Beard's, you get that adrenaline rush.
Well, hold on, out there at Tom Beard, you go get them crab cakes.
Hey man, I've been to Baltimore before now. Hey, that's always a given.
Man, that's always the best crab cakes I ever had in my life.
Man, I get a crab cake sub, man.
Ooh,
boy,
a crab cake sub. What?
Now you talking?
Oh yeah.
That sounds delicious. I ain't tried that.
Right, now you talking.
Hey man, if you haven't tried a crab cake sub, you missing out.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. That sounds delicious.
Hey, hey, just imagine those crab cakes on a sub. Just think about it.
Right. Oh man,
think about that right now.
Yeah, that's a good pull boy.
Oh yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah. So that, I mean, you know, once I did that, okay, all right, man, let me go ahead and. So that's when I came back to Reading and got my PIAA, got certified with that, and just started officiating.
Got the
and
bug.
The rest is history after that.
Now, when you started though, well, I mean, you come back home. What are you doing? High school? You doing college? What are you doing when you come back home?
Oh, when I come back, you know, I had to, join the officials out here in Reading, and I started doing a little kid game.
That's right.
You know, you do a little Pop Warner.
Hold on, you got that Pop Warner?
Everybody does.
Man, you got to line. You got to go out there and line them up. Hey, man, scoot back a little bit, little fella. Scoot back.
Don't touch.
All right, now y'all can snap it. Now y'all can snap the ball.
Why you cheating? Why you cheating us? Why you cheating us?
When they start screaming at you, that's how.
No, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I'm like, what made me know that I could continue officiating. You know, we always got to have thick skin, right? We got to have thick skin as officials. If you don't have thick skin, you're just not gonna make it. So I'm officiating an indoor tackle, little Pop Warner type indoor tackle football league. One team is beating somebody 55 to 3. Bad, just whooping up on them, right? So the team that's winning, they're on defense. The team is losing on offense. The quarterback throw a pass out there to the flat. The guy went and hit the guy early. Hit the little kid early. So I throw a flag for pass interference, right? So I'm like, okay. And the team's up by 50 points. Shouldn't even be a big deal, right?
No.
The coach comes up, man. That's what we get for having these officials who had never played a football game.
They said that to
goodness.
you? Yeah, you look like you got some size on you.
Look, I'm looking at him like, what? I didn't say, when I didn't say a word, I said, oh, I can do this. I didn't say a word. I kept on walking.
So what if he caught you at this age, this level of fish, and he say that to you now? What would you say?
Now, Trayvon know the looks I be giving people, man.
Hey, Ashanti and Monty, I would say Willie is one of the first officials I've been on the field with that we have the same type of demeanor on the field and off the field. There's like,
you don't have a poker face, Trayvon.
So no. Neither
you don't have a poker face.
No, neither do he. You see it all. He just lucky he an umpire, so they barely see him.
Oh yeah. Oh, the coaches would say I cussed him out. I ain't say a word. Those are the looks I be giving. I say, man, I didn't say nothing to him. The coach said you cussed him out. I said, yeah, well, it may look like I did.
Wow, that's funny. Now come on now. If you talking about you and the coach say that to you, I would have laughed. Like, for real, man, get off the field.
Hey, listen. That's what I told you. I didn't say nothing. That's when I said, oh, I can do this because that right there would, hey, man, you better what?
Right. You don't know who I am.
Yeah, because I would have told him to Google me. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, there you go, Trey. You know,
I would have
Google
told
me.
Coach
AOL.com.
Yeah. Hey, now he was saying, "Hey, search me on AOL." You know?
They still got chat rooms about me.
I done told the player that. You know, I told the player that before. You know, I did.
Bro,
Right.
Yeah, you know, because they always say, bro, y'all, you ain't played. It's like, hold up, bro, really?
Right.
They always try to gauge you, like, hey, man, ref, did you play? I'm like, dude, it was a long time ago.
Yep.
Hey,
But
so.
and that but comes in. Yep. But I'm gonna tell you this. I be telling some linebackers sometimes, hey man, you're taking way too long to make that play. I would already been there a long time ago. What you doing?
Yeah, the linebacker play these days, boy, it'd be 1-on-1, and it's like, okay, they going at the ankles and hitting dirt.
And you know, we get talked about like that. We talked about it. You talk to anybody by the legs, man, you better hit them up high. What you doing?
No, that's what they teach them now. They it came from that, what's that, Seattle Seahawks, that roll and drop, right?
That's what that is.
Right.
But you got to make contact first. They don't make the contact. You got to make it.
Oh, they tell you they not, because I tried to coach one time. And then
oh Lord, I didn't know you was a failed coach.
I was telling them, hey, put your head across the body. Put your head across the body. Them people was like, hey, you gotta put your head behind the body and roll. I was like,
it ain't across the body no more.
No, not
across
the body.
Growing up in Texas, boy, we had that little shotgun alley. Remember that shotgun alley?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, no.
You have to put your head on the ball. You can't put your head on the ball no more.
No,
man.
No, you gonna get kicked out. Yeah, you got targeting waiting to come.
Right.
Oh man, targeting. We had targeting every play back then. Every play.
Right. So I want to get into that, but not yet. I want to get a little bit more of your early start in the stripes. So what do you remember going out there like your first high school season? You know, a little bit more organized than the Pop Warner little kid. You know, you go out there for that first varsity game. What do you remember from it?
Craven, let me tell you something, man. I was okay. Y'all not even gonna believe this. Y'all not even gonna believe this. So the first year that I was tried to step on the officiating field, right? They asked me to go do a varsity game. Boy, everybody in the association was
mad. Of course.
I'm like, wait, I don't have anything to do with that. Man asked me to come. I'm gonna say no.
Right.
But anyway, I went to the game and I brought shorts.
Hold up. They didn't tell you the uniform?
I'm trying to tell you, I had no clue what the heck I was supposed to be doing. I brought shorts up in there.
Was it supposed to be in a blowout game? Why they gave it to you? Was it competitive?
I'm telling you, this is my first time ever. I had no clue. I'm going up in there. You went out there with.
I know they looked at you crazy in the locker room when you putting your little shorts on.
Man, I had to get another man's pants, man. He had 2 pair of pants.
So you was wearing the skinnies back then, huh?
Oh, can you imagine?
Pants tight.
I got pants on too short.
And then on top of that, they supposed to be.
That wasn't this 2012. This 2011, 2012. I ain't gonna let you disrespect them like that.
Now you gotta hear me out. Now you gotta really hear me out. Man, y'all know I was umpire, right?
Oh Lord, you in the middle of the field, them tight fan? How you been down?
Split pay.
But I'm just trying. You still not hearing me out. You know, I'm an umpire, so they asked me to do field judge.
Oh,
right. Whoa. Great fun. I'm back there not knowing not one mechanic.
I ain't backpedaled since 2001, huh? Took a drop.
Brother, listen. Look, you know we only got one man on the field. I didn't even know who I
had. Hey man,
they talking about, hey man, you supposed to be doing ball relay. I'm like, who? What you talking about, ball relay? I didn't know. They put me.
Now I see why they was mad. Now they justified in being mad.
Hey, look, I didn't have a clue, man. I'm like, look, I barely do the umpire mechanic. I ain't know nobody else.
Wow.
But they put me a field judge. I was like, they tripping, right? I don't know what I'm doing back here.
Do you remember what school you was at?
I was at what was I? I'm trying to think. I think it was might have been Muhlenberg. Muhlenberg out here. Yeah, it was like high school. Muhlenberg out here.
Them
I was
people
like,
still
man,
mad. Them
I
people
had
probably
no-
still mad. Mess up somebody's season.
listen, man, I hadn't
Right.
done nothing. I hadn't done anything. That was kind of like putting me out there in the Tom Beard clinic.
Man, if I was a coach, I'd have been throwing every play at him. He don't know what he's doing over there.
Right. They could have. They could have.
Well,
Look,
man,
I
everybody was
had
waiting
no clue.
all the officials waiting for him to come hit him like Nancy Kerrigan. I would come off that field taking their spot.
Them tight pants on. That's
Hey,
funny.
they were so mad at me, man. They were so mad at me, like, oh, what you gonna do next? I said, hey, man, I'm like, why y'all mad at me? I didn't start this. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't put me in that game.
So you experienced the hate early.
Right.
Oh,
Early.
early.
This came in. Just hey.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
So, wow.
Now you go through the first year. Is that adrenaline still there that you felt at Tom Beard's after that first year was over? Was it still like, okay, hey, I'm all in?
Yeah, I mean, I was all in, and when I did that Tom Beard, I mean, I was like, oh, this is exciting. I want to do this.
Was it exciting as field judge?
Hey, man.
You probably watched the game. You probably had the second best seat because it's obvious you didn't do anything that game.
Hey, man, they weren't throwing the football anyway.
Whoever signed it, they knew that.
Like, could you imagine if I had to throw a daggone pass in the friends? I don't know what I would have said. I don't know what I would have said. Hey, man, he hit him earlier. Hey, just y'all make the call.
At least it ain't a spot foul. At least it ain't a spot foul. We going 15.
Oh, but I was. It was an experience, man. I had some experiences through all this stuff, man. You know
what was your progression from there? You know, moving forward. You know, you did that year of high school. What was how long did it take you to then make that jump into small college ball and so on?
Well, I tell you what, I was blessed by knowing the people that I kind of knew because Milt Halstead.
And they had you guys in a certain path, and the league had you guys in a path too, right?
Well, they had certain people in that.
Okay.
I wasn't, even though I was a part of, they asked me to come out to that, or they asked if anybody wanted to try that.
Gotcha.
They had a select few who they had their eyes set on.
Okay. All right.
Like that, man, brother. Everything is fair. What are you talking about? Everyone is equal.
Hey, there you go.
He
know better. He know better than that, Craven. He better
exactly. Hey, it's Ashanti. It don't take long for the guests to figure out who's the troublemaker on the show.
I ain't the troublemaker.
Like,
everybody's on an even playing field in this.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, believe that.
100 yards. That's the only thing.
Everybody seems to think that somehow.
You're right.
Walk out there with a beard. Walk out there with a beard and see how fast you move.
Awesome dreadlocks. Mm-hmm. Awesome dreadlocks.
You're right.
And say I'm gonna keep that beard. See how quickly you move.
You ain't gonna get too far with that facial hair.
Yeah.
Thing.
Hey, I learned that as soon as you walk in. Hey, don't nobody have no hair on their face.
Yeah.
I tell a story. I tell a story all the time. I went to a camp and Brian Matthews was there, and he pulled me to the side and he's like, "Hey, bro," and I barely could grow facial hair. I was still a young. I couldn't even grow it. He was like, "Hey, there's a drugstore around the corner." I'm like, "Okay, go get you a razor before the next meeting." What?
Exactly.
So yes, it's. So now you make that progression. What was the next step moving into small college? What was it from there for you?
I got a question, was the whole goal to get to a higher level, or were you just cool doing it?
He ain't want to be babysitting somebody's kids forever, man. They gonna be out there babysitting. He got kids. He ain't messing with nobody else's kids.
Hey, now when you're doing them little kids and they find out who you are. I don't care who he is. You just can't be throwing that flag on my son. Oh yeah. You look, that happened too. You get those little fathers and mothers. Wait, hold on. That's gonna sit there and make a comment every time you do something. Oh yeah, I've been there.
There you go again.
Yeah. he taking this to pros. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's been there. Trust me. So like I said, I knew Milt Halstead, and this is funny how things work, because Milt used to be the security guy for the Eagles like my last year when I was there. Like the security guy that walked around with the coach, the head coach.
Oh, okay.
That was Milt's job, Milt Halstead, and a lot of, if you all don't know Milt, he runs the D2 and D3 over here in the Northeast.
Yeah.
So that's like he runs a whole lot of schools over here.
Right.
Or he ran a whole lot of schools back then. And I was at an Eagle game doing some shouting for the NFL guys, and I met Milt's right-hand man named Dennis Cram. And like, oh, this is a man you need to know, Dennis. I met Dennis, then all of a sudden, I met Milt. Milt said, this was after my first year in high school, but this is what we're going to do. This year, I'm going to get you some games in D2, D3, and the next year, I'm going to have you on the crew. I was like, okay. I was like, I ain't done real high school yet, but But the thing
it wasn't that field trip.
You know that. You know that. I had to get that clear. I had to sign on it. I had to make him sign a contract. Hey, make sure I do an umpire.
long as you bring your own pants too.
Hey, cut that out, man. Cut that out. That only happened one time. Man. All it takes is once. That's it. They were looking at me crazy. I was like, I guess I did do wrong. I'm like, I don't know what I would have done if the other cat didn't have no pants. I don't know what I would have done.
You'd have been out there in shorts.
Go out there in shorts and just be like really like. There was nothing else I could do.
Wow.
It was game time. But then, and so I'm gonna keep moving. I did a couple years of like D2, D3, and I mean, I can catch on. I'm one of those guys that I can catch on quickly. Like, all right, this is what you do, and know how to do the mechanics. Start getting the rules, and like I said, I loved it. So I was like there on the field, like, okay, I want to be the best umpire. That was always my thing. I want to be the best umpire. So how I'm gonna be the best umpire? So you make the good decision, good judgment, and take care of that middle in there. And things start happening. So then I met. Everyone, they all know each other. So it's like, okay, this guy's really good. And of course, I played. Being the player that I was for the Eagles, totally helped out on this side, on the East Coast, because all those guys were, loved the Eagles, and it helped me big time. So I started just moving up. I mean, I went to the D2, D3, and then I went to the CIP with Jim McGonigal. And then I did that for about 2 or 3 years, and then all of a sudden he comes to me and says, "Hey man, you're too good for this league. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. If you know anybody, just start reaching out to people, because I'm gonna talk to people." Next thing you know, I'm in the AAC, and then I'm in AAC, and now I'm in ACC. So that's when we had the consortium with the ACC and AAC. They were together at that time when Dennis Hennigan was over the ACC also.
Oh, okay.
So I did about 3 years in the 4 years in the AAC, and this will be my third year now in the ACC. So time went pretty quick. It flew by.
So as you doing that progression,
advancing that is went pretty quick.
Yeah, as you advancing, and you noticing the level of quality of football as you knowing the rules and all that. When did you stop wanting to tackle the running back on that draw play or that read option? Because I know you see it, right? You know they're going to run this play.
Oh, man, listen. I tell you, I be up in there like, hey, man, they going to run this play 20 times because it's working every time they run it. I was in the AAC. It was Houston playing, I forgot. I think it was Houston playing Memphis or something. Or Temple. It was Temple in Houston. And Houston was running a 3-4, and they just were not filling those holes right, man. Temple kept running the same play up to me. I said, yeah. So you know how I know football. So I know they're gonna keep running this all day. So I go over to my referee, hey man. I said, man, Temple, they're gonna keep running that daggone trap play all day, blah blah blah. Cause Houston, they can't do nothing. The guy's not coming up feeling. He had no clue what I was talking about. He's like, what? Well, that sounds all good and dandy, but I don't know what you're talking about. I said, well, I know the game. I know the game.
with knowing the game as a player, then doing the scouting aspect, so you were looking at talent. Have you been on the field where it's a player that stood out to you, like, offense or defense, like, ooh, this dude can play?
Oh yeah. I mean, the guy that went to Buffalo, what was his name from Houston? The little D tackle. Man.
You talking about that dude Oliver or something? Was
Oliver?
Yeah.
The thing about him, I'm always trying to kind of like talk to the players when I'm in there, have a good time with them. I couldn't joke with that cat. I'm like, hey man, he looked at me like I was crazy. I said, okay, all right, I guess I'm gonna leave you alone there, bro.
He's out there working, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and do your thing. But so some you can talk to and be like having a good time. Hey, Ralph, good, blah blah blah. But man, some cats just don't want to say a word.
You're right.
But I saw him out there. I mean, you guys know when you see them, like, yeah, this
stand out.
Right. So they just look different.
Right.
It's a different speed for them out there on the field,
Mm-hmm.
Like the little receiver for the one that got hurt for you, Houston Texans, Delk or whatever, what's his name? Dale, the receiver for the Houston Texans, the one that got hurt, the rookie.
Hey man,
nothing.
We only get Rams and Raiders out here.
You gotta watch football, man. You gotta watch. Stop.
I got local TV. I only get Rams and the Cowboys when they play.
Right.
I need to upgrade.
This cat, he played for Houston, University of Houston, right? So I was officiating the game, and I look up. I was like, man, every time I look up, that dude wide open. I was like, there you go again, another touchdown. There you go again, another 20 yards. And then you look up, look catch in the NFL doing the same thing. I said, he was special, wasn't he?
Right.
So,
that's how I feel about Christian McCaffrey. When I saw him on the field for the first time, I was like, oh, this dude can play.
Oh yeah. It's different.
It's different. He doing something different compared to everybody else. This dude can play.
Yeah.
So Willie, if you go back now and look at your game film, how many games do you think you would have been kicked out of for targeting as a player if you had to play in the rules of today?
Well, you got to remember, I was linebacker, so I wasn't in the position like the safeties and the DBs that catching the guys across the middle. So a lot of times I'm making a tackle on the running back coming up through the hole, or sacking the quarterback.
So you ain't had no high hit on the quarterback, is what you're saying? No.
Oh, I had them high hits.
That's what I'm saying. All your hits clean on the quarterback. You ain't leave the fake.
Hold on. I have one that I know when I was at A&M that I know I would have been kicked out the game. They let me come off the corner. I don't know why they let me come off untouched.
Oof.
And the quarterback held the ball too. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm untouched and he held the ball. Hey, I put the head down right on his chin. Oh yeah, I would have been going on that one.
Did he get up?
Right.
No, he kind of stayed there. He stayed down there a little bit, man. I got him on that one.
But all your hits was clean though.
By rule, right?
By rule.
Hey, by rule. Again, it wasn't a foul, man.
Right.
So pretty much you saying all your nicks and stuff and scars was on your face mask back then.
Yeah, I had a full face mask, brother.
Full face mask full of dents.
I'm
just saying, you led with your head. So
you still try that like I played with one bar too, though.
You probably two. You had two. The punter had one. I'm giving you 2 bars. So all this, when you coming up, are you appreciating the journey now? Like, because as a player now, you appreciate the road. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, at these little stops that you're making.
I definitely can appreciate it because I've been there, and I think I can relate to them.
Okay.
I relate. I think I relate to the players from a different perspective than a lot of people do, because I know what you went through. I know what you're going through. I know what it takes. I know what it took for you to get to where you are.
You was getting paid too, huh?
Not like that. Hey, they get paid more in college now than what I got paid in pro. So, I mean, it helps to be able to actually, talk to the players. I mean, a lot of people don't understand, but if you can actually talk to the players too, that helps the game.
Yeah, that's what I realized too. Like when they in their feelings, there's a certain way to.
Right.
Most people can't relate to them. Like, hey, so
yeah.
so now
Some people get there, shut up, get you stop all that shit, blah 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 blah. Hey man, y'all about to make this game. I tell people don't say nothing to my players in here because y'all about to make my game bad. Come in here and tell them stop doing stupid stuff. Nah, y'all, you let me handle that because I'm not talking to them like that in here.
Understood.
So as an umpire, right now, as coming up, when did you get that first? When did they run you over? Because every umpire experiences that.
Oh man, they piss me off too. Hey, when I hit that ground, boy, I'm so mad. I don't know what to do with myself. Because all I have to do, because Craven, I know, if I wanted to just hunker down and knock the heck out of one of them, I could.
That flashback, huh?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, so I do a good job of sliding out the way, moving over and let, because I got a sense of where the DB is behind me. And if the hole opens up, I kind of like, all right, he's coming from my right. I know, let me slide over to the left, let him come on and try to make his play. So when I get clipped from behind where I can't see you coming, man, then you see me standing here. How the heck you hit me? Now I'm on the ground. Now I'm mad, right?
Now, Willie, you've been involved.
It's a lot going on in the middle. It's a lot going on, but it's fun to me. I have a good time, and I've got knocked down probably about 3 times, but it happens. I bounce right back up though. It's nothing to me. Like, I just get right back up. All right, I'm good.
Yeah, I still be laying down.
I mean, I'm a knock on wood. I haven't been like just like clocked, like big lineman, like hitting you with the helmet or anything like that. As far as running out of control, I haven't been hit like that. It's kind of like you get hit from the side and you roll. Okay, all right, caught me off balance. But it's me. I'm kind of used to, like, when I played. If I hit the ground, I kind of like a cat, just rolled right on up and got up, just rolled right up. So it's still the same.
Cat-like reflexes, huh?
Yeah. Hey man, listen, you gotta get out the way.
Willie, being involved with these spring leagues as you have over the last few years, if you were a player, I mean, you had the career that by the time you was done, I know you wouldn't have signed up to play, for the spring league after doing 11 years in the league. But what do you think that the benefit of the league is for the players?
I think it's a benefit for players who still have an outside chance of making it to the league. Because if they have an outside chance, they get in this league and play very well. But you got to play very well to move it up to the NFL. I mean, it's an opportunity, but I mean, some people just don't want to give up the game.
Right.
Some people don't want to give up the game. I want to keep playing, and this is a good level of football to keep playing in. It's not like that semi-pro that I officiated in the first time. Like, oh man.
Oh man.
This guy come out with different
some semi-pro games for $100. They ain't right.
Right. Different jerseys on.
Right. Helmets ain't the same.
Helmet, man, and man. The stuff
they in their 30s.
Like, man, y'all gotta stop playing. Y'all really not trying to play football like this, right?
Ain't that much love in the world.
Right. As I used to tell them, doing them handful of semi-pro, which I then changed the name of, I'm like, this is not semi-pro. This is continuation football. It's like the guys that didn't finish high school in time, and you had continuation school. So this is continuation football. Your butt got to go to work tomorrow morning. You better stop cutting up out here.
Exactly. Right. Right. If you come out here and pop a hamstring or blow your knee out, you done. You ain't gonna be able to. Right.
Right. Exactly.
And man, look, and you're going into those games. You're like, wait a minute, man. Hey, we ain't breaking up no fights in semi-pro.
Oh,
I thought that's a given, right? Why these schools still try to break up a fight?
Hey man, listen.
They got guns. They got guns. I ain't breaking nothing.
Break up a fight in semi-pro. Somebody going to their trunk, and I'm not gonna be that.
Me and Monty worked the semi-pro game. The game was over with. They was fighting at once it hit 0-0, me and Monty walking off the field. We got these other young guys want to break it up, and we looked at them like, "Hey, man, leave that alone."
Man, that ain't my problem.
Right.
Yeah, got my check.
Because like you said, once they say that, "Oh, I'm going to the trunk."
Right. Yeah, I'm going. They start. Oh no, I'm out.
Man,
I had a we had an arena league, one type, some makeshift arena that was out in Northeast Philly, man. Well, if you know about Northeast Philly, hey man, hey listen. And we had a young lady out on the crew, and she was the deep. You know how I was deep in the first high school game.
Right.
It seemed like she was the first deep in that dang semi-pro game. And man, listen, when she did not throw that flag for pass interference 2-3 times, boy, they start. Well, I said, hey man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm in here with the middle. You see me here with the big guy. And then I called all the officials up, right? I said, hey, listen. I said, when this game is over, I'm hightailing it to my car. And the last one to their car might not make it. So y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm getting out of here. I ain't trying to save nobody. I'm rolling. Because she makes another bad call like that back there, we're going to be in trouble.
It's funny because I tell people all the time, you're not an official until you've done multiple things. You had an inadvertent whistle at some point in your career, which if you haven't worked enough games yet, and you didn't work some semi-pro game that then left you a story that we're like, why am I out here?
Right, exactly.
Why am I doing this?
Money that they give you for that, like, man, I don't know if I've worked this, man.
No, you get some snaps, man.
When you coming up, Eric, you got to get them snaps. Got to get them.
Keep
snaps.
that.
That's the bottom line.
My last game when we had to go to the guy, he had to go to the trunk to get the cash to pay us at halftime. And I was like, this money don't feel right, but I'm about to take my money.
You got bloody money.
Exactly.
Then transaction money.
Then the whole game was this UNS, it's just fouls all over the place. The game is tied. It's like 2 seconds left. They gonna go for a field goal. In semi-pro, ain't nobody got a kicker. Like, why are you even trying to line up for this field goal? They line up for this field goal. It's blocked. The guys running the back, I think it was about 15 blocking the backs, but everybody on the crew understood, hey, we are going in the direction of the car.
Right.
And we already been paid. Man, the dude returned the ball, winning touchdown. Referee went up. I think I was already in my car.
In the car. Started.
This gone. Like, wow.
Hey, I done took off everything that looked like an official. Everything.
So, Willie, we like to talk a little bit about mentorship on here. With everyone, looks like the ACC and the SIAC have all joined alliances. What do you do for all the young officials coming up? What do you talk to them about?
Well, the thing is, I always tell them that we only can control what we can control as far as what you do out there on the field, how you look, and make sure you always try to figure out that daggone rule book. Yeah, so I'm like, and every time I say, if anybody want to come and ask me anything, it's like, if you want to ask me, call me anytime. I have no problem with people calling me and asking me anything, especially when it comes down to fishing, because I enjoy it. I have a good time. I totally enjoy it.
What do you think about everybody, all these leagues joining together, breaking up?
Really, man. Really,
I think that's kind of, people are going where the money is going. That is what it is, and that's kind of like how the nature of almost anything goes. Everybody goes where the money is, and unfortunately for some, from like fishing, it's even tougher because, like you say, you guys out in the Pac-12 when you call it the Pac-2. But the officials from there got to get picked up, man. It's tough, man. And I'm right. ACC, I don't know what's going to be happening over here because some of these teams are thinking about doing things. I'm sure.
Florida State. Florida State ain't happy,
man.
Yeah, people think it's all glitz and glamour, but we just hired guns. So
yeah, that's right.
We ain't hired. They only worry about officials until it's time for the game. Right. We an afterthought. This ain't got nothing to play.
I tell you
Now,
what, though,
now,
man, I mean, even though people boo us, and I mean, you get talked about all the
Oh
time.
man,
I mean, the thing is, they need us. The game needs us because we're part of it. We're
I
part
got
of it.
one. I got one for you. Which one did you like more, being booed as a player or as an official? Which one was more gratifying?
Well, when you're getting booed as a player, that means we done kick the team butt.
Okay.
So as official, oh man, what did we do wrong? Did we do something wrong?
But when you get it, but they boo you and you got it right. That's what I'm saying. You got the call.
That's the thing, man. The thing is, when you had some of them teams, man, we're in. I forgot where we were. We were somewhere. The team done beat the team 20-something, about 20 points. That fans booing us. I said, wait a minute, y'all won. Y'all won by like a good mark. We had nothing to do with the game. It's just the nature of how we as officials be portrayed out there. That's all. And it's just and they need to change that. And it's tough. It's tough, and it is what it is. It's just when some of those people and some of those fans and sometimes some coaches, they kind of like overstep the lines a little bit.
right.
And some is a bit too much. Yeah, I can understand you being mad at a call. It is, but that is what it is. You're just mad at the call. But did you look and honestly look at the play? Did you see if your player did something?
They don't care.
If the player did something, they did. It's a foul, and that's why we're here.
I had to explain that to a coach. Like, we got the call right, but just coach you're not coaching. Mad at the player because he fouled. You're mad at me because I threw my flag. Like,
right.
that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't.
Right?
It doesn't
he was wrong.
Right.
Like, coach that.
And I'm like, and that's when you like. That's why I Cravon, those guys on that sideline, man. Hey, I tell you, I could not sit there and listen to that in my ear 24/7. I give him that look. Hey, coach. Hey, they go to super. Hey, that he cussed me out. No, he didn't. Wait, it looks like he cussed me out.
Willie, you being a player, you being a scout, you being an official, you've seen the
and
game.
And a pizza man. And a piece, don't forget the pizza man.
But I like to ask a question. It doesn't have to be rules related either. If there is one thing that you could change in football, college, pros, whatever, it doesn't have to be a rule. It can be scheduling, whatever the case may be. If there's anything that you could put your hands on and say, hey, I want this change in football, what would it be?
One of my biggest pet peeves is that and it has something to do with rules, it's just those linemen downfield type things, man.
Them RPOs, huh?
Run the ball. Don't run and then throw the ball out there and the lineman down there hitting the linebacker.
You sound like a linebacker.
I'm linebacker.
See, you set up, they got you. You got caught up in that RPO. Now the dude caught it behind you.
Well, how about if I'm not even caught up in it and the dude come hit me anyway?
So you would like to see the college rule move to the NFL rule?
Yep, 1 yard.
Okay, 1 yard.
1 yard.
Got you.
Because it's like it's pretty much cut and dry. No, I'm getting you. They get like 3. Well, if his foot is still at 3 and his body is at 3.5, don't hit him. Why not?
Kind of tight.
Right.
That's tight, bro.
If his fingernails at 3, at 3, get it.
But you ain't even primary on that call anyway. So why are you complaining?
Because it's a disadvantage for the defense, man.
Oh, now we speaking up for the defense.
But Willie, I would agree with you, especially college, because they also have the additional benefactor of if the ball's touched behind the line, then all of it goes away. At least with the league, you have the 1 yard rule, and it's any forward pass. It don't matter where it's touched.
Right.
It's just a forward pass, no matter where it's touched. So you already given them the benefit. If you coach it up right, you catching the ball behind the line anyway.
Right.
Who care how far down they
20
go?
yards down there blocking. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. it would make my life on the line of scrimmage a whole lot easier. I would tell you.
You ain't even on the line, bro. Hold up.
Hey,
stop. You ain't even on the line, man. You wear a white hat.
I do both.
He does both, man. He does both up.
Not on Saturday. in the fall. Like, come on, man.
So Willie, if you ever out here on the West Coast there, Willie,
here
make
we
sure
go.
that you come out to PCH Street. I'm like you. I'm a little bit of a entrepreneur myself. I got a little bar out here. So if
You
you
selling
ever
slices?
wine
You selling-
tasting, anything like that, come on out there, Willie.
I don't
Put them on your wine list. You got the wine list,
just as long as you don't get mad at me for drinking that high-priced bourbon and I put some Coke in it.
Oh, I don't mind. I don't mind.
I don't want to hear that.
I do.
If a man's gonna drink with you, you let the man drink the way he wants to drink.
Ashanti, you could go buy $100 bottle of some nice bourbon, and he gonna go put a whole can of Coke in there.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Not even a Coke, not the mini. He gonna get the big
not
boy.
the mini, the whole thing.
Hey,
well, since he old school, he gonna put a 3 liter in there.
Hey, the bottom line is, no, I'm drinking with you.
That's it. That's right. That's right. I'm with you.
You could have just brought the Coca-Cola.
I'm with you.
Fine. I could drink alone.
No. Oh, so you act like that? Oh, I can't deal with him. Sprayman, I can't deal with him.
Right. I'm with you, Willie. But it's one thing about, really is Ashante and Monty. The one thing about it is being on a crew with them, because we've seen each other in crossing and paths. We've been in different meetings and stuff together, but haven't really been able to have a post game on a crew. That first one, we both looked at each other like, dang, we could do this all the time. What?
Where have you been? Where have you been, my whole
exactly. Oh man, you gotta stop playing. Right, Joker, we can do this anytime.
Right.
Let me make a phone call, bro. You still interested? You want to travel?
We all enjoy what we do with officiating, but it's certain people, Ashanti, you and I especially talk about it. You have certain officials that are good on the field, good off the field. Then you got certain officials that's good off the field, and we make up for them on the field, but they so cool off the field, right? You make up for them on the field.
Like,
what? Right. And then you got the ones that ain't that good off the field, but they the shit on the field. So it's like, okay, we can tolerate it because you do what you're supposed to do.
They're just tolerable. Yeah.
Right. But you just tolerate them off the field. You don't want the person that's both, right? Bad on and bad off. It's like, you gotta go.
I can't even drink right with you either. Nah.
Right.
That's
you can't. You always busy, like at the pregame, like, hey, we're gonna eat out. Nah, bro. I gotta talk to my mama.
Right. Can I ride in the car with you for 3 hours? That's the thing.
Yeah,
but then it's the guys that I had the affection with Willie. Hold on, I've been knowing this brother for some years, but we ain't really had a chance to hang out. Now I was like, damn, we should have been doing this all the time.
Long time ago.
I know. That's why I knew it's like, hey, we had to invite him on the show.
This dude is a fool.
Yeah. But it's one thing too that we all can agree with being on the field is not only is it easy to work with certain officials, but officials that know how to make the game easier for everybody. You ain't gonna get over and involved. You ain't gonna get too technical. We're not throwing the little knick-knack, little unsportsmanlike because somebody got up and just barely pushed somebody.
Right.
Here come 15 flags and everybody's like, why'd you throw that? Why? Right. And that's what it's like working with you, Willie. I mean, I've enjoyed our handful of games that we had the opportunity to work.
I appreciated it, man. I was great, man. Listen, I'm just mad I didn't get to all the games with our crew.
I know.
Hey, man, I don't appreciate this much.
No, this is a UFL problem.
Yeah, this little UFL conversation.
That's enough of this.
Hey, wait a minute, man. Why y'all acting like that?
Right, the haters. Remember that first varsity game you had, Willie? They them.
Yeah.
Hey.
I hate the way you walk. Where did you talk?
They did that right. The cat came up to me. Hey, man, so now you taking our varsity game, right? I said, man, I ain't going to be here long. Don't worry about that.
Oh, that hurt his feelings. That hurt his feelings. Oh, that's cold. That's cold.
Well, all right, Willie. Man, y'all something else, boy.
That's cold.
Willie,
we really still ain't recovered off that, man.
Ooh, y'all something else.
Oh man, but Willie, man, I really appreciate you giving us the time coming on the show. You know, we're kicking off season 5, and like I say, that first post game, I said, "Oh, we gotta get this brother on the show because he gonna fit right on in, even with his AOL email. I think it's still gonna connect somehow, some way."
Hey, y'all can leave my AOL alone, man.
I don't even.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me, man. Anytime, brothers, anytime.
No
Right
problem.
on, right
And don't
on.
forget, if you're ever out in California,
Sign a man up for the wine club.
we
Monty.
do have a wine club. We send it Monty's MVP Wine Club. 3 wines once a
You can
quarter.
add grape juice.
Man, best wines on the central coast of California.
Hey, I drink grape juice too.
Thanks for tuning in to the Unofficial Lounge
All right, Monty,
podcast.
in that record.
Don't miss your
All right,
chance to
man.
join PCH Street's MVP Wine Club. Get 3 amazing bottles sent to you every quarter and discover wines that make us throw a flag and stop the game. Visit pchstreet.com/join to become an MVP Wine Club member today. Enjoy the best of the Central Coast of California.
Thank you for listening to this episode. Remember to please like and subscribe, as the Unofficial Lounge is available on all your podcast streaming outlets, including Apple, Google, Spotify, and Anchor. We look forward to you joining us next time in the Unofficial Lounge.